All right, first time buyers, this is actually a quick message for you. I think this is a really challenging market. And one of the things that I hear most commonly is when we do a pre-approval for somebody, they say, I think I'm gonna wait until interest rates get a little bit lower. At that point, then I'll be able to afford the home that I'm really looking for. I can afford a little bit more on the payment, or actually the pre-approval range that I'm offered will make the payment just a little bit better. But here's the thing, I think that potentially is a mistake. There's a risk in waiting until rates get lower. Let's use an example of a $400,000 loan amount today at a rate of 7.25%. Now in the future, let's just throw a number out and say 5.5 is the magic interest rate where rates come down to. They may come down lower, they may not even touch that. But let's just use 5.5. That's a nice spread between 7.25 and 5.5. It's about a $450 per month payment difference. Certainly, waiting until rates got lower would be beneficial because you're going to save the $450. But the problem is you're going to unlock all the other buyers who are also waiting for rates to get a little bit lower. And now you get back into that nasty place where we were several months ago where there was bidding wars. If any of you were in the market or trying to buy a home during that time, bidding wars are absolutely terrible. You have to go over the asking price. A lot of times you cannot get seller concession. You can't get things like closing cost credits, interest rate, temporary buy downs, permanent buy downs, any of that stuff. That's all kind of off the table because there's more than just you bidding on the home. There's probably 7 or 8 other people, and one of those, or maybe a handful of them, are willing to do it for quite a bit more money or with less money out of the seller's pocket. That's less concession. So right now, take advantage of the little bit of a slower time. If you happen to be in a market where it is a little bit slower, ask for the world from the seller if you can. I know that sounds terrible for the sellers out there, but a lot of the sellers who are selling right now have to sell for a very specific reason. Usually it's a life event, usually it's a death, divorce, job relocation, something along those lines. And I think as a first-time buyer, this is a time for you to actually exploit that a little bit and get a better deal. Now, once you get the home, now you just manage the debt. So if you're truly waiting until interest rates go down and you believe that they're going to go down at some point in the future, and let's use that same scenario where you bought maybe a $400,000 loan at 7.25 and they go down to 5.5 and you can save that $450 a month. Well, guess what? You already own the home. You're not competing against it with other people. You already own it. So you just simply refinance and you get to realize those savings. And on top of that, because the bidding war activity is still going to happen, there's going to be a lot of people that still wait and they're on the fence and they're going to wait until rates hit this lower level. I think demand actually increases a bit at that point. And I think you benefit by getting additional appreciation on your house. So you're going to win in 2 areas. You're going to win by still getting to take advantage of the lower rate, but you're also going to win as house prices start to increase a little bit because of all that additional demand, because now it's a little bit more affordable. So don't wait. I think waiting might actually be a little bit more of a mistake. Also, don't bite off more than you can chew. If the rates that payment where they're at today is the best you're ever going to get, then make sure you can afford that. But if you can afford it and you can get into the market right now, I think there's a small window right here where there's an actual good place for you as a first-time buyer to get a little bit more attention. If rates go too low, you're going to unlock some of those folks that want to move up to the other property. They want to move from the house without a pool to the one with a pool, or the one with a 3-bedroom into a 5-bedroom. Those potential sellers will unlock, and then they're going to be competing against you for some of those homes. If that happens, they have a lot of equity right now. You're not going to compete with somebody when you're doing a down payment assistance loan or minimum down with minimal amount of money in the bank versus somebody who's bringing in a boatload of cash to the closing table. So I think if they get too low, that's your other risk. If they come down significantly, you're going to just unlock the other first-time buyers who are waiting on the fence right now. But either way, I think right now would be a really good time. The market in some areas is a little bit soft. Some areas, it's incredibly aggressive. So there's still multiple counter offers, so you have to be aware of what market you're shopping in. If you need some insight on that, let me know. I've got some great tools that I can tell you what we're seeing on this side, what the data is telling us in terms of how we should write and position our offers. All right, guys, until next time, we'll talk to you soon.